One of the key elements of off-road racing is being able to get yourself out of the car in the unfortunate circumstance you have an accident, or being able to get somebody else out of their car if you come across an accident while on the racetrack. One of the key components of your safety equipment is your seatbelt cutter. At times when you may be in an invert position, or you may be supporting another race crew that are trying to get out of a car, and their seatbelts have become jammed for some reason. Seatbelt cutters have been designed in several different forms. Some of the popular ones look like these, which are a thumb drawn action, and there are other, which is the handled action sitting here. There are several other items, but these are the two that we'll talk about today. When you are competing in the Australian Off-Road Racing Association races, you must comply with regulations. One of the regulations stipulates the location for the placement of these sorts of seatbelt cutters. The cutter must be placed where the people inside the cabin can easily access those items in the event of an accident, be it they rolled over or be they upright as they are. They must be obvious to those people in the cabin and those people who are trying to support the crew from external. In other words, you should be able to see it easy as soon as you put your head in the cabin. Previous incidents have shown people have located things like these in their toolbox, under their seat, or well forward and out of view. Just remember, it's you they're trying to rescue. Don't hide your safety equipment. Make it easily accessible so you can support others and others can support you. Most vehicle designs have a window bar immediately beside where the navigator and the driver are. This is the area that we highly recommend that you place your seatbelt cutter here, so it is easily visible, but is in a non-functional area and does not impede your ingress or egress from the vehicle. Some areas that may be also an option is in the centre bar of the roof. Remember, the location of your seatbelt cutter must easily be accessible by a rescue person and not just the in-vehicle crew. In the unfortunate circumstance, you do have to use your seatbelt cutter because your seatbelt is jammed, you've been in an accident, or you're upside down and the seatbelt's not working. Be aware, as soon as you use your seatbelt cutter, your body and weight will move and you'll need to be able to support that so you do not injure yourself further. The use of the seatbelt cutter should be started just immediately below where the hands device is located. There'll be a small gap between your chest and the seatbelt where you should be aiming for. Lift up any other straps. Take your seatbelt cutter, feel it slide across and it'll engage with the seatbelt. It's at this point you now then do a double-handed grip and you do a firm, hard pull down and across, coming down across the body, cutting the seatbelt. Remembering, your body weight will be released and you will fall out of the seat at that time. These are the two more popular designs of seatbelt cutters being used in off-road racing. Be aware that they are not a finite item. The stainless steel blades contained therein do corrode and can get blunt. It's recommended that every 2 years you look at your seatbelt cutters and if required, change them over to new seatbelt cutters to ensure that they remain sharp and are able to do the job when you really do need to get out of a car. We're now going to demonstrate how to use the seatbelt cutters. Be aware that these are old seatbelts. They are over 3 years out of date. Now, one of the reasons why you have to change your seatbelts over is because the material stiffens and it also gets clogged with dirt and grime, and it makes it quite difficult for your seatbelt cutter to actually get you out. Apart from not being able to restrain and hold you in properly, the seatbelt cutter may not work properly if your seatbelts are too old or too loaded with dirt. So let's just see how this one goes. I'm going to use this one, okay, which is a Diplomat. I'm not sure where I got it from. It's only a couple of years old. However, like I said, these seatbelts have been racing for 4 years and they're now 3 years out of date. So let's just see how we go. So in underneath, that's it there. 2 hands over. Not bad. If I get the corner right. There we go. So they're pretty good. I mean, I went across and down. I probably didn't have my seat belts on hard enough. But in essence, if you keep these things sharp, they will cut through and save your life. Okay, so during this lesson, we've gone through and we've explained to you the different types of seatbelt cutters, that there is an age to them, the correct place to place them within your vehicle, remembering you must comply with the regulations, and don't place them where somebody who's trying to rescue you cannot see them and cannot find them. Use the correct technique, 2 hands, pull down and across, short, sharp movements on that. And safe racing. See ya.